Here's a Foster's pot that's already cut down. We need to cut down the Mountain Dew can. Just getting an idea of where I'm going to cut it down. And remember, in the bottom of the Mountain Dew can will be a layer of felt. I'm using the X-Acto now, and I'll just scribe around this line several times until the two halves separate. Use the Dremel. Remember glasses. Next, you'll want to sandpaper this raw edge, or again, if you're using a Dremel, next step is optional. If you've got one of the ring lid kits from Smoke Eater 908, great little product. We're going to install this. It easily, slowly works its way in. I'll show you in a second. Now you got a perfect size mug for whatever. Drinking, add some Reflectix insulation for a coffee mug. Remember the kit comes with a little lid. Our goal, of course, is to use this when we are baking. Next step per Neutron's discovery is to add a layer of carbon felt to the inside of the what's going to be a baking cup. So I want to scribe a piece of felt, same diameter as the bottom of the Mountain Dew can. And I'm using a silver Sharpie. Show up on this black. Okay, I'm sure you guys have guessed the next step. Okay, carbon felt is cut out. Can you sit in there? Installed in the bottom of the Mountain Dew can. Okay, in the double boiler approach to baking, ideally I would have spacers up here to actually keep a gap between the top of the Foster's and what I'm baking in. I don't think this wood knob is going to be ideal when we reach baking temperatures, but we're experimenting, so we're going to find out what happens. For this experiment, I'm going retro with an old brass light. And the reason I chose this old brass light is because it's got this built-in simmer ring, which covers the air feed holes. You can see what happens. You see it bloom up when I open them up. And we'll see. Added the muffin mix into the Mountain Dew can. See what's. I don't have a Caldera cone to fit a Foster's can, so I'm using this cone really just as a windscreen. Well, post 22 minutes of baking, I don't know if you guys can see in there. It looks very brown on top. Pull it out and see if there's any burn on the bottom. The retro brass light alcohol stove didn't have a problem. Now I did use 1 ounce. If I were using a cone, I probably could get with that 15 mils that Neutron's shooting for. Perfectly done throughout. Almost too hot to handle, but it is stuck to the little paper muffin deal I was using. I guess paper is edible, right? But this part looks perfect. No burn flavor in the muffin. So I think I need to pre-grease the paper. This round I'm going to use a 4-ounce aluminum baking cup, and I sprayed a little Pam in it. I've added a second layer of felt into the baking container, and I'm going to see how the companion stove does with my little titanium simmer ring. Check back in 20 minutes. Remember, ideally you don't want the sides to touch. I'm still using this Caldera cone as a little windscreen. But I want you to see that little blue flame in there. I'm guessing maybe 45 minutes. Well, I've come back after 16 minutes and noticed that something shifted the simmer ring. Much bigger blue flame coming out now. So let's go ahead and check it. It definitely expanded. Got a little bit of sticking to the top. Let's pop it out here and open it up, see how it looks. So I'm wondering, like you guys are, ooh, this one's nice and brown all the way around. But how done is it in the middle? Okay. You see what I see. So it should have gone another 5 minutes. Okay, so I did wrap it back in the tin foil and put it back in the oven for 10 minutes. And we see the end results. So it really should have gone just like the other muffin. 20 minutes would have been perfect. I will say this, the cut down Mountain Dew can and the Foster's cut down can, they're going to work. The ridges are really nice on the Zelp cut down Foster's. I can already tell you I'd like to have ridges on this Mountain Dew can. Also, to show you that all of the outside edges perfectly browned, and with the double layer felt I had no burning this time on the bottom. Okay, here's the nitty gritty. The baking system I was using before was MLD 850. These two spacers and this spacer, and that is a whopping 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. Oh, forgot the lid. 4.2 ounces. Here's the system Neutron turned this on to. I think you found the felt spacers on YouTube. So one cut down Mountain Dew can, 2 felt spacers, and then the cut down Foster's pot, 2.1 ounces. I could have cut down the Mountain Dew can just a little more, then it would have fit flush in the Foster's. But obviously, see, for the same amount of weight, I've got 2 pots versus 1. So looks like it's going to be a winning system.